Hello, everyone, and you are listening to the Untitled Gaming Podcast Project. I'm Tyus,
I'm TJ.
and this week on the podcast, we are going to be talking about some of our favorite gaming innovations, be it good or bad or something in between. You're going to hear our thoughts on things that we think are either a step forward or step backwards for the gaming community.
Yeah, I think the worst it can be is just either a gimmick that's run into the ground too much, or at the best, I mean, honestly, just stuff that's genre defining.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, as always, we got to start off with a little basket full of some gaming news, because honestly, gaming news has been kind of slow. We kind of hit like a pretty big spike of gaming news like a few weeks ago, and then it trickles a bit. It'll probably pick up more as we get closer to like E3, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we got a few things to talk about. Tyus, do you want to roll me with one of your headlines?
Okay, so I think one of the biggest ones, and unfortunately one of the most unfortunate ones, is the
Oof.
Blizzard layoffs that happened recently.
Yeesh, Blizzard, what? How dare you?
Yeah, they recently laid off a lot of their staff, citing that they wanted to make both Overwatch League and Call of Duty League less of like a big in-person event, which is why they're downsizing so much.
Oh, really? That was actually what led to the downsizing, or like at least that's their given like reasoning.
Yeah, and did you hear about what they gave the people that they fired?
Oh fuck! What did they give them?
Well, one, they're giving them like, health insurance benefits for an entire year.
That's actually pretty good.
But they also gave the people that they laid off $200 in Battle.net credit.
I was fucking afraid. I was literally gonna be like, "What, Fortnite V-Bucks?" Pretty much.
Essentially.
Jesus Christ! Read the fucking room. They don't want your. Oh my god! Give them like a good severance or something. Don't give them
They
like.
did $200
I know,
in
no, I know.
Battle.net credit.
This is fucking. Oh god! I don't know, something about that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, how does a company just feel like that's the proper way to like send them off? With grace, respect, their head on their shoulders, and a pocket full of fucking Call of Duty bucks.
Yeah, now they can buy the new Call of Duty skins for their guns.
Yay! Oh, thank the Lord. I can't pay rent anymore, but I can get a nice fucking skin in Call of Duty. Jeez, Blizzard, come on. What the fuck was that? Good on the health insurance at least. You gotta on the but still. What the fuck? What was that? Bizarre. I guess I'll give my next headline.
Yeah.
I'll start with something very minor. This is just something I heard about. Apparently, there was going to be a planned ARMS graphic novel, and much like the series itself, it's canceled. I'm convinced. They announced Splatoon 3. To me, that's like the final nail in the coffin for ARMS. I don't know what it is. That's just the vibe I get.
It's a shame because I remember really liking ARMS when it came out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I,
yeah. No, you go.
I was just gonna say that I bought it the day that it came out actually,
I think
and I
okay,
used
we
to
can
play
play.
the online ranked quite a bit,
Oh shit!
if I'm being
Really?
honest.
Really?
Yeah. Like the first like 2 weeks I had it, I enjoyed it a lot, but uh, it just ended up being that I didn't have any friends that would play it,
Hmm.
so
At
it
that
it
point, we didn't
just
even know each
felt.
other.
Yeah, and for me it just felt like for me uh I play a shitload of fighting games. Like almost too many fighting games. Uh and
Too many.
yeah, it's
It's rich coming from you.
trust me, it's like um I'm not gonna say I play the most fighting games out of like anybody,
Hmm.
but of the people that I know, generally, the people that I play fighting games with tend to focus on one, two, maybe three games at most.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, like, you want to be as skilled as you are in your game, essentially.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Um, I am kind of an anomaly among fighting game players, where I will play fucking everything.
That's crazy to me.
Like, there are a few people who will play both, like, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, for example.
You're insane.
A lot of people don't like Mortal Kombat in the, like, Japanese fighting game community because it's like Mortal Kombat has a block button. Mortal Kombat doesn't have
you don't hold back
cancelable
the
strings in the
block.
same.
No.
Yeah, and like some Japanese fighting game players, like Capcom fighter players, will be like, "Oh, well, it's easy mode. It's got a block button. You don't have to. There's no mix up because you just block everything."
I like that. It's easy mode. It's just got a block button.
But no, Mortal Kombat's actually quite difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot to consider with just like between those two games and with me. Like, just looking at my desktop right now, I have Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I have 2 different Guilty Gear titles. I have Blaze Blue, Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighters, Skullgirls, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Oh my god.
Mortal Kombat 11. I play Street Fighter 3. I play every Street Fighter that has multiplayer available in it. So aside from Street Fighter 1, because that's garbage, Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, up until Street Fighter 5, I have played against somebody. I have played numerous fighting games. I play
But
Smash.
have you played Virtual Fighter?
I have, actually. I played Virtual Fighter 4 and 5.
Fuck.
I love Virtual Fighter, actually. Like,
shit, I'll just eat my own ass then. Great.
Like, honestly, me, I am the type of person who I can fall in love with most any game so long as it has some sort of redeeming quality. Like, I even played Brawl competitively.
But tripping, Tyus, tripping, Meta Knight broken. You cannot.
Meta Knight is broken. That is true, and tripping is ass. And you know how people get around tripping?
What, always
you
jumping?
Jump.
Yeah.
It's you always jump or you walk. You don't dash.
Oh my god. I kind of like that.
I hated Smash 4, and I played Smash 4 competitively for its entire lifespan.
Bayonetta, broken, banned.
Yeah.
Flying in
Bayonetta
the
was
sky.
such a stupid character, but yeah, like, I will play like every sort of fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, in that case, I am an anomaly because most people tend to focus on 1 or 2 games.
Right.
And I even played ARMS.
One of the one could say the most technically challenging fighting game in the industry.
It wasn't. Like, I thought it was a very interesting game.
Yeah, I thought it was neat.
And like, yeah, some tournaments had like small ARMS side tournaments, but like, being real, no one ever took that shit seriously.
Yeah, I feel like the closest I came to seeing an ARMS tournament was like the Nintendo Championships with like the creator playing.
Yeah, apparently like there was actually some hype for it in Japan, but like it just kind of quickly died.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression I get. I mean, like, I'm happy that it got some representation in Smash, but I don't want to say like underwhelmed. I just kind of like I felt like it ran out of steam like right when I got it, and like yeah, I ended up selling it like after a month. Like TBH, it's I honestly I love the art. Yeah, I know. I like the art a lot. I thought like the world was pretty charming. It's just that like I felt like I saw everything I could do with it at some point, and I don't know, man. And the fact that like I feel like they're like right now Nintendo's gonna probably put all their chips into Splatoon for being their like esport kind of like, you know what I mean, like viable game that they can use, but ARMS was like one of the ones like originally advertised to be like that for the Switch, and it just looks like it's out the door.
Yeah, it's funny because like in the ARMS game itself, they actually do have a little bit of lore.
Oh god, really?
Like, you want to know how everybody in like, or how the fighters in the ARMS universe have like those springy arms?
Yeah, what is the actual in-universe reason? I think I remember hearing it, but I can't remember.
Alright, here's the actual in-universe reason. Nobody knows. It just happened. It's just a random mutation that happened one day.
Okay, so let me get this straight. In fucking, you can play Splatoon and like read into it and get the history of how like the mutated like first off, like humans left Earth, squid mutated into people. There's like a whole war, like the turf war is a whole way more dramatic than the multiplayer matches make it seem like. Like there's a whole fucking like deep-seated dark side of this like story, and then Arms is like, springs.
They just woke up and they got spring arms.
I was like, I don't know, man, like springs.
But and then you know how each one of the fighters in what's it called? In Arms wears a mask?
Yeah.
You know why they wear those masks?
Please don't let the answer be nobody knows.
No. They actually did bring up a reason, and it's because those masks help them control their arms, so that way they don't just have like super long like noodle arms that just like, you know,
what?
Like ragdoll everywhere essentially.
Well, the masks play an actual like function. That's okay. What? Arms is raising more questions. I really wish this fucking graphic novel wasn't canceled so I could learn more about fucking Arms. But yeah. Fuck.
Also, that's another way I'm an anomaly. I give a shit about fighting game lore.
I honestly like I watch video essays on that shit because like that's honestly the only part that like I can very easily get into because I just fucking love games like game lore, shit like that.
Yeah, be on the lookout for the video that I promised TJ that I would write, and I never finished.
I will fucking edit it for you. Please, just do it. Just make it. I'm begging.
But yeah, what was it?
Arms dead.
Arms
we
dead.
cry.
On a more positive note, there was the Square Enix Presents presentation.
Very true.
I didn't watch it because,
I didn't watch it either.
Quite honestly, I didn't watch it live, I guess I should say. I didn't care enough because there's two games that I give a shit about. Yeah, there's two games that I give a shit about from Square Enix right now, and that's Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy XVI. And I know they weren't going to show anything for Final Fantasy XVI, and I knew they weren't going to show anything for Final Fantasy XIV because the Fan Fest is going to be coming up later this year.
Yeah, we're literally in the same boat for that. You and I are literally in the same boat now for that.
I mean, I also care about Neo: The World Ends With You, but I also figured that they weren't going to show anything on that either, and I was right.
Did you at least see the trailer for Project was Athia? Like with the now called Forspoken?
Forspoken? Yes, I did.
Girl runs in woods. The movement looks fun. I'm very interested by it.
Yeah, they said that it wasn't going to be an RPG, which I found very interesting.
Yeah, so I'm thinking action game or open world. The power system makes it seem less like it would be like too open. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Also, is it an isekai? Because like it starts off with the girl. She's like, "Is that a fucking dragon?"
Who knows, man? It could be an isekai.
And she's wearing like normal street clothes. I think. Oh wait, never mind. I thought my Google lit up. I thought it was gonna fucking tell me the answer. But yeah, no. I don't know what it is. I kind of just hate the trope when it's like, "Is that a fucking dragon?" Or like, I mean, like, of course. What else are you gonna fucking say? But whatever. Whatever. This isn't about that. I am looking forward to see more about that game. I do like just how like the gameplay looks. Yeah, I mean that's really all there is to say. We don't really know enough about Forspoken.
Yep.
And also the Square Enix doesn't know when to stop with that fucking Avengers game.
I honestly feel bad for Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put a lot of money and a lot of like not just into the development of the game, but also into the advertising for that game.
Yeah, all the 5 Gum commercials I see on Twitch.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, they put a lot of money into it.
No, yeah.
It bombed so hard.
I'll be honest. Like, it is one of those instances where I was like really kind of like wanted the underdog story to pull through with it. And then yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah,
Really
'cause
disappointing.
I remember people were getting hyped over it, especially
Oh
with all
yeah.
the hype from the Avengers movies.
Yeah, and like people immediately got like dissuaded because like obviously it wasn't going to be MCU actors like recreated or anything. And once they saw like, oh, their own little universe, like people seem to be like a little bit dissuaded. But like I was like, oh, like they did that for Spider-Man and that like did really well. And then also they made
Yeah, but
Spider-Man a PlayStation exclusive.
I also heard that
Like,
the Avengers game is like stupid full of bugs.
yeah, I saw a compilation about that. What's the fucking I'm trying to remember the vague one. Wasn't it like Hulk? Wasn't it like a
Oh,
Hulk?
the unintelligible grunt.
Yes.
That's my favorite bug.
Oh, unintelligible grunt, yes.
Yeah, just somebody goes and starts speaking a Hulk, and then in the subtitles it says unintelligible grunt, and it's also somebody saying unintelligible grunt.
Fuck, I should have took a sip of water. It's so fucking funny. I might just get the game for that sake now.
Specifically for unintelligible grunt.
Yeah, all for that. Um, next headlight. Fuck, I did it again. Can't stop me. Just like you can't stop Sonic Movie 2's production from starting, which is now going. They're gonna make the sequel, and Tails is gonna be in it, and Jim Carrey's still gonna be there, and I'm waiting for you to fucking rip into me about talking about Sonic, but it's coming.
Yeah, I don't need to rip into you. You already feel embarrassed enough.
Mm-hmm. I feel sad because deep down, like I want the movie to like take itself like low key, like I mean, not like seriously, like I want it to be a comedy and like fun, but like I want it to like go to like the game worlds and stuff like that, and actually like I don't know, like have some fun with it. Don't just do another like road trip in America and like show Earth. Like leave Earth, don't do Earth, go somewhere else.
Honestly speaking, I feel like every video game movie should do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, fuck Earth, dude. Like, what are you doing? Stop bringing them here. They
like,
don't want to
unless
be here.
The thing is supposed to specifically be set in Earth.
Yeah, that's
I
different.
feel like the game movies should just straight up be like, no, fuck it, we're not bringing like the characters here. If they're not human, we're gonna add humans into it or whatever. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I think Detective Pikachu did it well.
Detective Pikachu is incredible, but that also worked because it technically wasn't like a real city. It was still in like a Pokemon like world.
Yeah, and like
Detective
I
Pikachu
really
is
like how they
phenomenal.
did that. But aside from that, I feel like video game movies shouldn't be afraid to stay true to their source material.
Yeah. No,
I
like
feel like so
seriously.
many video game movie producers, they're just like, no, I have to rewrite this world and I have to.
You really don't.
It's like people don't fucking want to watch the movie because they want to they want to watch the world completely changed. They want to watch the movie because they want to see the game that they love in movie form.
No, Tyus, I want the explanation about why there's a portal to the Dino universe where the meteorite missed the dinosaurs, and that's where Mario goes. And it's not the Mushroom Kingdom, but there's a King Mushroom, but he's not like Toad. He's like a big actual fungus. And also, Peach doesn't exist. It's Daisy, because I guess it'd be weird to give like Bob Hoskins like a love interest. I don't know. The whole thing was the Mario Bros. Movie is great. I don't know what the fuck I'm complaining about. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and obviously, I want to watch a movie where, you know, bunch of army people just get teleported to the Monster Hunter
Oh
world.
god. It's been one episode, Tyus. Let me rest. Let me rest. God,
But
that
yeah,
was dog trash. Anyway, go on.
it's like, like just thinking of like the video game movies that are considered like good or successful. Like Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, they didn't fucking, oh, you know, Cloud is some dude from the slums of like Carson or whatever.
He's from Detroit.
Yeah, no. They literally just took like, hey, people love the world of Final Fantasy VII. Let's just expand upon it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's literally like I still to this day I feel like Detective Pikachu has done it the best. Where like I just the things that blew me away were like the fact that like in that guy's office, like there was like a statue of Arceus and Palkia and Dialga, and like there's like attention to like detail about like the game lore in like the background of like the actual like film set. I'm like, did a director like, because none of these people probably played the fucking game, at least I'd assume, but like they actually like
they actually
did.
got because there was like this artist who got like internet famous because like he or she, I'm not sure what their gender is, did art of like realistic Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that artist actually got called to work on the Detective
Oh my
Pikachu
god,
movie.
that's great. Honestly, like I don't know what it is about Detective Pikachu, but like the like realistic design of the Pokemon like didn't turn me off to it at all. Like nothing will ever be like the fucking first Sonic movie design. Like that was fucking disturbing. But like Detective Pikachu, I feel like actually managed to find that perfect balance of like realistic while still like maintaining their like actual character designs.
The only Pokemon that I would say like turned me off from the
Mr.
way it
Mime.
looked. Actually, no, I thought Mr. Mime looked fine. Creepy, yes, but I still thought it looked fine.
Mm.
Um, the one that turned me off was Jigglypuff being like fluff, like furry.
Yeah, I could see that.
That was the only thing that I was just kind of like, I don't know about that one, Chief. But the rest of them, I was like, no, I feel like if, Pokemon were actually in real life, this is what they would look like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't live in a Pokemon world, and so we don't know like what they would be like. Because yeah, when you bring up like the Jigglypuff thing, it's like the balloon Pokemon. So I'm like, oh, maybe it'd be like rubber, like a rubber texture, or like I don't know. Yeah, definitely furry threw me off when I first saw that. I definitely agree with you there. But
But aside from that, I
yeah.
thought that they were all great.
Yeah, and Sonic 2, Sonic 1 was fun. I'm not saying it's like gold or anything like that, but like, just a fun time. Just if you got a kid, sit them down. They'll like Sonic. Don't hate me for liking Sonic, please. Shit. But no, yeah, just in terms of Sonic 2, just yeah, stay true to the games more. I'm already surprised that they even had the fucking Echidna tribe in the first movie. I'm like, who, like, I mean, probably Tyson. I'm assuming Tyson has had some say or something, maybe. Because I'm not convinced that it would have been Echidnas if it were just an all Hollywood team. Just doesn't seem right to me. Anyway, also, side note, Sonic the trading card game has been announced, everybody. Woohoo.
Has it really?
Yep. Yep, an official Sonic the Hedgehog physical trading card game has been announced. Yep. So,
there's actually a Final Fantasy trading card game.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's very, very interesting.
Interesting.
I only know because a friend of mine, we both are huge Final Fantasy fans, and we both bought decks just to like fuck around with it, kind of.
Yeah.
And we played it, and we are like, this is actually kind of sick. But
really?
The problem with it is, every single card has a holo variant.
Oh no.
Now, obviously, that sounds great. Like, why wouldn't you want a shiny version of all of your cards?
Collection thought.
But for the collectors, or for the people who, because like in Yu-Gi-Oh,
unbearable.
There were always people who wanted to max rarity their deck.
Mm-hmm.
So like a deck that could normally cost maybe, I don't know, like $100, suddenly jumps up to like $300-$400 because they have all of the highest rarity versions of their cards.
Christ, dude.
And it's just like, I don't even want to think about what it's like to get the max rarity of every card in a Final Fantasy trading card game.
God, dude, fuck that. I mean, I like the idea of a Final Fantasy trading card game, and I'd probably, because I always got into trading card games just because I like the art and I want to collect. And like, that's that collect thing where I'm like, oh god, if I gotta get 2 of everything, I'm gonna blow my goddamn brains out. I'm not doing that. But you will catch me buying 2 of every fucking Sonic trading card game. I don't think there's a release date announced. I just saw the post on Twitter and they're like, yep, that's right. Just when you thought we ran out of ideas, we did it ourselves. Fuck. Ay. All right. I think that's pretty much like for my end, but there is one big one.
Yeah, and that is that Sony slash PlayStation has officially purchased the Evolution Tournament Series.
Yep. Looks like no more anything besides PlayStation games at Evo confirmed. Uncharted tournaments happening. I know it's not.
Yeah, because the people who started the Evo's tournament series, aside from Mr. Wizard Joey Cuellar, he's out of the picture. But the Cannon brothers, who started like the first tournaments that became Evo, because originally it was a tournament called Battle by the Bay.
Oh, okay.
These guys and other members of their like I guess like higher staff, particularly Mark Mann. He's stated that they are not limiting it solely to PlayStation consoles.
Great.
Like all sorts of fighting games are
That
still going to be at Evo.
That's good.
But there's a but.
No.
Nintendo has commented on this already.
Oh, what? Okay, I didn't hear that.
And they said that they are currently assessing the situation.
When did they ever care?
Well, that's the thing. Nintendo has been a quote-unquote official sponsor for various Smash tournaments in the past 2 years. The unfortunate thing is they don't give a shit. They don't provide any sort of money. The only thing that they do is, one, they let the game be played, and two, they show commercials for their games.
Yeah. They really give a shit about the competitive player base.
Yeah, so they said that they were still looking to support the competitive Super Smash Bros. Community, both online and offline, and everyone's just kind of taking it as like, okay, so that's Nintendo saying that they don't want to have their tournament or their games at a Sony-owned tournament.
Oh God, are Smash Bros. Tournaments dead now, or like at least at fuck? God damn it!
There might not be official Evo main stage tournaments. But there's at Evo, there's always like a big group of side tournaments called Anime Evo.
Okay.
Where generally they have like these smaller anime fighting games like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear that don't have main stage appearances, but they also have other games like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Last year they even had Melee because Melee wasn't part of the official lineup for Evo.
Right.
So it might not be Evo on the main stage, but there's probably going to be a way. I mean, if this year and past years have shown anything, it's that the Smash community will never die.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Even after everything it went through in fucking 2020, holy shit. At this point, like I don't know how much Nintendo cares, because it really doesn't seem like they care at all about the like pro gaming side of things. But like it would be so like incredible of them to actually like organize their own event, or like actually like give a shit to prize pools and like get people like actually invested.
I love how Evo Japan, I think it was either last year. I think it was last year. It might have been 2 years ago. No, actually, I'm pretty sure it was last year. At Evo Japan last year, which happens in like January. Because gambling is illegal in Japan. So you can't run tournaments where people have to pay to enter, because that is a form of gambling. So Evo Japan, it's not, because you pay money for credits, and then you use the credits to win like metal balls, which you then trade in for prizes.
So there's let's play Smash Bros for metal balls then.
There's no exchange of money. So but Evo Japan was a free to enter tournament. and all of the games that were featured, every single one of the companies provided some sort of pot bonus or some sort of like prize pool for the winners and like the top 8 placements. And it was also sponsored by Cup Noodle.
Holy shit.
Actually, Evo was sponsored by Cup Noodle from I think 20 because there was no Evo last year, 2020. 2019 and 2018 Evo was also sponsored by Cup Noodle. I remember because 2018 when I went, I didn't have a job, so I was trying to save as much money as possible because my friends had already paid for my entry for my birthday present. So to save money, because when you showed up and confirmed your registration for Evo at the event, they gave you a free cup noodle.
Oh my god!
And so my 2 friends who I went with, when they went out to eat dinner, and I didn't want to ask them, hey, can you spot me a meal? When they went out to eat dinner, I took both of their cup noodle and my cup noodle, and I just ate that for dinner.
Oh my god! What flavor? Just like chicken or?
No, it was the veggie flavor.
I like veggie flavor.
Honestly, it was pretty freaking good. It was like the new veggie flavor at the time, and like I honestly thought like this is actually pretty delicious.
Nice, I guess, but also, jeez, it's cool though that like it's given out. Like I wish there were more sponsorships like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But so yeah, like every company that was there, so like Capcom had a prize pool and that they donated money to for the winner. Bandai Namco did the same for both Dragon Ball FighterZ and Tekken 7. You know what Nintendo did?
Did they take out whoever was the best Smash Bros player and then shit in his mouth?
No. They actually gave goodie bags from the Nintendo store to each player in the top 8. And it wasn't like a big looking bag. It was like literally like a little bag of like plushies or whatever. And then the number 1 player, the one who won it all, he got a special Pro controller with a golden Smash Bros logo on it.
Was it real gold?
No. Because it was like a regular black Pro controller with a gold logo on it. And you know what the best part about it was?
What?
When he was being presented the controller, the guy who handed him the controller dropped it.
Oh my fucking god. No, come
I bet you that
on.
motherfucker has drift now.
That's a fucking joke, man. My fucking Pro controller got drift just from getting looked at. Like, bullshit. Dropped it. Oh my god, dude. Nintendo's just gonna kill their... No, you really can't. Like, Nintendo's just gonna kill off their Pro base, I guess. I don't know, that's it. The Melee community is gonna be the only one that survives. Everything else is gonna die.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get to go to Evo, and I hope it hasn't changed too much from what it used to be when I go. Well, actually, you know what? Let me scratch that. I hope it's changed in a good way.
I will say,
from the grooming shit.
As somebody who has gone and entered the event, there were definitely some problems with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one was how do you so there are different pools, which are like little mini tournament brackets, that are used to get like because like obviously thousands of people enter these tournaments, right?
Yeah.
So they have what are called pools, which are smaller tournament brackets.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, only like 2 or 3 people from each pool move on towards a more selective bracket. So that way, they weed out the players. So that way, you don't have one giant bracket of like 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 people.
No, okay, yeah, I see.
And to make things run smoothly, pools are ran at different times throughout the day. There's like different blocks. Like you could be put in the like anywhere from the 6 a.m. pool down to the 8 p.m. pool.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, since so many people show up to these events, there's obviously going to be huge lines when everyone's trying to get in, right?
Yeah,
It
sounds about
really
right.
fucking sucks when you have a 6 a.m. pool and there's like a
Mm.
line of already like 1,000 people outside, and you can't get
Oh.
in because they have to. Because they did take security at Evo very seriously. They made sure to check bags and metal and walk people through metal detectors and everything, so that way no weapons or anything were brought in. But
Mm-hmm.
there were stories of people getting disqualified from their pools because they didn't show up on time because they couldn't make it through the
What?
fucking crowd of like 1,000 people.
Oh my god, dude. Fuck. I mean, like, I went through something. I mean, not similar because I didn't have a deadline, but I'm just thinking back to Anime Expo, like of the last, well, literally the last Anime Expo. Just because I had to wait in a line for literally 7 hours. That was fucking fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
but they have confirmed that Evo Online is happening this year.
that's good.
Um, and there are currently 2 weekends for it, August 6th through the 8th, and August 13th through the 15th. And so far, there are a few games that have been confirmed, and they said that's not the total list of games, but right now they have Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5, Mortal Kombat 11, and Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's a solid lineup. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yep,
Probably a lot of PlayStation ads though.
I wouldn't
Probably.
doubt it.
Uh, those new
I
haptic
mean,
controllers looking pretty slick.
as somebody who's used them recently,
Mm.
uh, I gotta say, personally,
Yeah.
I am not a fan of the DualSense controller.
Really?
Just because it's a lot bigger than the DualShock controllers,
Mm-hmm.
and I have small hands.
I see. I see.
So using the DualSense controllers for too long, like my hands kind of have to like strain to be able to like press all the buttons and hold it, I guess, like correctly.
Yeah.
So like I have found that I cannot use the DualSense controller for too long, or else my hand starts to cramp up,
Oh my
which is
god.
something that has literally never happened to me before.
I'm trying to think if there's ever been a controller that's ever made me like cramp up. Ugh. Nothing's coming to mind. That sounds. I didn't even think it was like. I mean, I've never held one in my hand. I don't know how to justify. I'm holding like the DualShock 4 right now in my hand, and I'm like, this feels good. This feels pretty
Yeah,
solid.
no, for me the DualShock. Well, do you think that the Joy Cons are too small?
Yes.
Okay, because me, I have literally never had a problem with Joy Cons.
Okay. Okay.
That's how small my hands are for comparison.
Yeah, for me, like joy. I mean, I don't know, cause like I don't know when you use joysticks. This is gonna become like a whole other discussion. When you use joysticks on a controller, do you put the tip of your thumb on the joystick and move that way, or do you put like the midway point of your thumb on the controller and move it that way?
No, I put my whole like thumb on top of the controller.
Yeah, I always control my thumbsticks with like the mid, like basically where my joint is in my thumb, and like that's where like my thumb rests, or like I push it up from like the bottom. Is typically like how I use them. So like I don't know,
Oh,
maybe I'm weird. Like I don't know, like it feels like weird when I see that. Like not everybody does that. I don't think it's like a size of the hand thing. I think it's just like I don't know why that's just
I
more
think that's
comfortable
just
for
a you
me.
thing.
Yeah, I think it's just a weird me thing. And it's probably why I suck at fucking video games so much. Yeah, kind of unrelated, but like I just that thought came to my mind because we're talking about controllers. But so the DualSense didn't wow you. I've been hearing like
No,
nothing
I
but good
will.
things about it.
Um, I mean, it does have good things about it. It's just like I said, for me personally, it just cramps up my hands when I use it for too long.
Hmm. Did you play anything that used the what's it called, like the feedback on the triggers?
Uh, kind of.
Hmm.
Not really.
Ah, dang. I've been wanting to know like what that like is.
Yeah, no, because I guess for clarity, I used the PS5 and the PS5 controller when I was testing a game for the company I currently work for,
Oh, right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
and the game has one kind of feature that uses the triggers, and I don't really think that the haptic feedback changes anything at all.
Oh, you could say it's a gimmick.
You very well could.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, because I was contemplating maybe buying one of the DualSense controllers just because for Final Fantasy 14 I play with a controller and I've been always using my DualShock 4s, but like one of my DualShock 4s has like kind of a little, not like a drift, but kind of like a drift on its right stick, and then like my other one kind of has a like janky connection issue. So I was like,
Uh,
oh, but I'm thinking like hopefully maybe DualShock 4 controller prices will go down maybe or something and just pick up maybe another one of those. That way I'm not
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
because I don't know, I feel like even if I bought like a PS5 controller, like I'm not really going to be using anything for it like for its fullest potential because I'm just going to be using it on my PC.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's good to know. Anyway, I guess I feel like we kind of covered all the like headlines. I'm like looking at other things like the other things I wrote down basically like Google Stadia is dead, but we always knew that.
Oh wait, we were covering headlines? I thought we were covering headlights.
I quit. I quit the podcast. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to now jump into the gaming abyss. God, I'm going down with Google Stadia right now. We're holding hands. Oh
Oh
god, as
man.
we dive into Tartarus. Yeah, Google Stadia is gone, but some of the games are going to be coming to. Well, only one I know for sure. Super Bomberman R Online is going to be coming to the Switch and PC. That's kind of nice for you Bomberman heads out there. Get a new Bomberman.
Dude, not gonna lie, Bomberman is super hype.
I was addicted to Bomberman on Game Boy. That was like my only exposure to the series. I always feel like really left out because the N64 one of my brother's friends had that. That game looked like so much fun, but I never got to play.
The only time I really played Bomberman was like playing it with my cousins, like through DS Download Play,
Oh damn.
and we would get super hype about it.
I was addicted to the Game Boy one. About like all that's all my memory of Bomberman, but I love Bomberman. I don't know how much has changed or not, but hey, you know, if you missed it on Google Stadia, go ahead and go to God, dude, Google Stadia. What a shit show. But hey, Bomberman R. There it is. Super Bomberman R, it's coming. I
Wait, so it's
mean,
like Stadia like officially canceled?
yeah, they're not going to be developing like all the studios that they bought to be making games for like
Oh
Stadia
yeah.
exclusives.
I
They're
heard that
already gone, and
I heard the studios are closed.
yeah, so right now essentially Stadia is going to be at least from what I've heard, they're not going to be like supporting it anymore, and it's just going to be running until I guess someone switches the switch off in the building with the big server.
I
That's
see.
pretty much all it is at this point. It's dead, man. Like it's yeah, that's just what it is.
Can't say I'm surprised.
No, honestly, I think I like the idea of having like game streaming services as like an option. I do not want it to become the future of gaming.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that to become the feature either, because thinking about it, like even looking at like let's take the Scott Pilgrim game, for
Oh my
example.
god, yeah.
Even if you had it purchased prior to was it earlier this year? Yeah, earlier this year.
Hmm.
Uh even if you had paid for it, you weren't able to download it
Yeah. That was my
because
fucking mistake. I uninstalled it when they took it off the fucking market.
yeah, same. I had my friend had game shared it to me on PS3,
Mm.
and I uninstalled it. And when I wanted to download it again, I was like, "Why can't I find this game?"
Ah,
And it's just fucking gone.
yeah, I kick myself every day for wanting to make space for Halo 4. It's not worth it. It was
I
not
don't even
fucking worth
remember what
it.
I was making space for on my PS3, but yeah, it's just like I feel like that's the problem with like purely digital games.
Yeah, it terrifies me because just because like and for my Switch, I think I've told you it's like I've converted to just buying physical only, and like part of it is that like in the back of my head I'm like thinking that, but also I like it, but at the same time it's like yeah I bought Scott Pilgrim again, and now I have it and I can play it on my Switch, but it's digital, and like part of me in the back of my head's like I should have bought that physical because like fool me once, shame on me. Take Scott Pilgrim away twice. Fuck. But yeah, I want to own the games that I want, that I want. That I don't feel comfortable just kind of having a key to access it essentially.
You know who doesn't want you to own the games that you pay for?
That Xbox, who Google
It's
Stadia.
Todd Howard.
Oh my god, dude, fuck the DRM shit.
There was a there was like there was an interview where he was just like, well, think about it, like people are still enjoying Skyrim today, like, and they paid for it once back in like 2011. He's just like, but I don't see any of that money, like, even though they're still enjoying something that I made for them, like they've gotten thousands of hours out of it. He's just like, I think that they should still be paying me for it.
Did he really say he doesn't get any money? I mean, I don't doubt he fucking feels like that. They released that fucking game on everything. When's it coming to iOS at this point? Like, I'm fucking done with Todd Howard and his lying leather jacket. Like, he looks like the fun uncle, but he's really not the fun uncle. God damn it, Todd. Bring back whatever that guy is, the fucking God, now I'm fucked because like I put myself on the spot here. What? It's the guy that used to do like the CN Reel thing. He wears like all white and he yells. He's in a band.
Oh, Andrew WK.
Yeah, it's Andrew WK. There we go. Bring him back. That was the only good part about Bethesda's press conference.
The host of Destroy, Build, Destroy.
Destroy, build, destroy. Low-key, but I'm so glad you knew what I was fucking referencing. Jesus Christ. I feel like no one remembers the CN Reel shows.
Dude, the only reason why I remember is because as somebody who was like a nerdy kid growing up who liked to like tinker with stuff,
yeah,
I thought Destroy Build Destroy was such a fucking cool show.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat as you. I thought it was the fucking coolest thing. I was always obsessed with like wanting to like build things that like I could like put in a pool and float in, like wanting to make my own like boats. So whenever they like did like that challenge, I was like, yes, like, oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people hated that show because it's not a cartoon, and I totally get that.
Oh, I agree. They shouldn't have just got rid of all the cartoons and just like that was fucked.
Yeah, but I did enjoy that show.
Hell yeah, dude! I fuck with Destroy Build Destroy. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. What happened? Not so much.
Yeah, dude. What happened?
Destroy, that was the good shit.
For sure. I'm right there with you. I'm glad we went from Google Stadia to agreeing that Destroy Build Destroy was a fucking hidden gem amongst Cartoon Network's backlog. Jesus Christ. And I guess that brings us to today's topic at hand. Gaming gimmicks and innovations.
Yeah, and from what I understand, you have written both good and bad stuff down.
Yes, and sometimes the same thing will occupy both sides of the list.
Oh, that's interesting, because for me, I have written primarily good things down.
That's wonderful. And I think I have more bad things written down than good things.
All right, we balance each other out. That's great.
This is great. This is really good. Do you wanna hit me up with one of your goods?
Yeah, so when we were discussing it, I know that you mentioned that you wanted to have both like in-game stuff and it could also be like peripheral stuff.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about like out of game, like physical peripheral stuff, I gotta give credit to the rhythm games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're gonna talk about all the Guitar Hero controllers that are like living in my closet right now.
Well, at first I was gonna start with Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh fuck yes! My blanket on cold winter nights.
What?
Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
But Dance Dance Revolution and the other like really big Japanese arcade rhythm game, Beat Mania, the DJ one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, it blows my mind how we almost kind of take that for like those games for granted. And I also have Guitar Hero written down here because I love me some Guitar
Oh
Hero.
fuck yeah, dude. I love Guitar Hero.
I love me some Guitar Hero, and so yeah, those were the first things that came to my mind because I was just like, if we're talking about peripherals for games, because I'm not somebody who I think has a lot of peripherals. I've never really put too much stock into peripherals,
Oh buddy, you
but
missed out.
a DDR dance pad, a what's it called, a Guitar Hero guitar controller, and even the other day I was at Book Off and they were selling the PS2 version of Beat Mania with the whole ass DJ like
Seriously?
controller. It was like $150, so I couldn't have I
Oh
could
fuck.
afford it, but I was just like, I can't justify that purchase right now. But I saw it and I was like, damn,
Mm,
I kind of want to play that shit now.
that's like, dude, that'd be worth it. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like thinking back, like Dance Dance Revolution pretty much occupied like a lot of my childhood because of after school daycare program I was in like first grade. They had like a PS1 with Dance Dance Revolution, and like I just remember like not knowing what the fuck I was doing, but like just having the fucking time of my life dancing to Butterfly.
Dude, Butterfly is a true banger. Anybody who disagrees is not a DDR fan.
Oh my god, dude, Butterfly is the shit. I
But
need to add that to a playlist.
speaking of that, I remember my middle school, we actually had a DDR machine in like our like PE rec room.
Yes.
But like it was only for people who stayed after school, and even then it wasn't open every day. And it wasn't like a normal DDR machine, it was the Disney DDR machine.
What? Oh my god, dude, I want to jam out to fucking a whole new world.
No, it was like songs like High School Musical.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes much more sense. Or like probably like almost I wanted to say Jonas Brothers, but I almost said Naked Brothers Band. I know that's Nickelodeon, okay.
But I even like, cause like even to this day I love DDR. Like I've taken you to Round One, which is a Japanese arcade that
Oh
we
hell
have here
yeah.
in Southern California. And I know this makes me a complete asshole,
Mm-hmm.
but I love watching um like a group of like, I would the best way I could put this is like trendy looking teenagers or like 20 somethings, like, playing DDR and easy and laughing about it
Bunch of
and
Gen
whatever.
Zs.
And then I come up there, this chubby Asian dude, and I'm like, oh, like, are you done? Can I play? And they're like, yeah. And then I'll bust out some like really hard song and I'll just start going fucking ham.
Fuck yes, dude. That's what the arcade was made for. What are you talking about? Why you feel
But
bad?
because it's just like, I'm purposefully going there just to show them up.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what the
But
arcade is for, baby.
I'm never gonna forget when I went to Japan.
Mm.
Uh, and I went to a Round One in Japan. And I saw this dude walk up to the DDR machine, and he had a towel like around his
Oh
neck,
my god,
like, and
yes.
I was like, why does he have a towel? And I saw him start going off on
Legends
this
are
DDR
true.
machine. Like honestly, like I was so impressed by this guy. And then
Holy
like
shit.
afterwards, like he was just kind of like laying there in like next to the DDR machine, like with a towel, like with his towel, like just like kind of like wiping himself off. I remember
Legend.
I bought him a drink from the vending machine, and I just gave it to him because I was like that was the most impressive like DDR display I have ever seen in my entire
That's
life.
fucking incredible, dude. Have you ever done like both mats?
No, I am
Dual
nowhere near
mats?
that good.
Oh god. Well, they do dual mats. I don't fucking get that. I do not understand how it's possible. What I do understand though is fucking I think my favorite rhythm game, like with like I guess a peripheral, and I think we talked about this, Taiko Drum Master.
Yeah,
Fucking
Taiko no Tatsujin.
oh, it's so good. It's so like well only like because I was contemplating buying like one of the because I have the Switch version and
Uh-huh.
it's got motion controls which are like not accurate at all. But I wanted to buy the peripheral for it. And I don't know, just looking at reviews and stuff because it's so like light and plastic. I'm like, this isn't gonna give me like the full effect. Like I want a Taiko drum master like machine so badly with the drum and like the wooden sticks. Like I want that so fucking
I
badly.
made you play it when we went to round 1, right?
Yeah, man, it's so good. Like that game is so fucking good.
I think one of the things that I love about that game is that they have like anime openings and stuff there, and they have
Yeah,
like different collaboration songs, like because Undertale is hugely popular in Japan,
which is really cool. I'm
and you
surprised.
can play Megalovania in Taiko no Tatsujin.
Yeah, I think in the one on the Switch, I think it has a Megalovania and I think a few others. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think there's like also Bone True Soul and like
Yeah,
Battle Against the True Hero and stuff like that.
yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, Taiko Drum Master Taiko no Tatsujin game is fucking great, especially for me
Fucking
as
love
somebody who
it.
actually performed taiko drumming.
Oh my god, yes.
But granted, the one I did was different, but still, like, I really love the game.
I was gonna say, did you know like, because I went to like the whitest fucking school in the world. We did taiko drumming in our school. We did it with like wooden sticks and water barrels, like you know like those big plastic water drums.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we did it like that.
yeah. My experience was a little different.
Yeah, probably more
uh,
authentic than the
yeah,
fucking
I
water
did
drums.
actual like legitimate Okinawan Ryukyu Koku Matsuri Taiko.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I practiced it for 12 years, and I even went to Okinawa and I performed there.
Oh, for us it was like a month.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
like
god.
Okinawan taiko is actually much different compared to like Tokyo style taikos, which is probably the style that you were doing.
Yeah, like
Because
Don gotta I can't remember him.
well, no, they're still don and cos, but instead of using two sticks, which are called bachis,
Mhm.
Okinawan style uses one,
Oh.
and then the drum is smaller, but it's suspended on a sash that we wear on our bodies.
Oh, okay.
So we dance and we do like karate moves as we
Oh, that's fucking
hit the
awesome.
drum.
That's so cool.
It's it's such a workout, and since I was one of the biggest members, like tallest and whatnot,
Yeah.
I actually had the second heaviest drum in the group.
Oh god, dude.
So I was dancing around with like a 15-pound drum on my chest.
Holy shit. Dude, holy shit. I would have died. No, I would have like actually fucking died. Scrawny
Oh,
white
but
boy.
it's a lot of fun doing that, and I have had some absolutely insane experiences because of it. Like I was part of the Little Tokyo Nisei Week Parade.
Oh, I don't know what that
Um,
is, but it definitely
uh,
sounds like a big thing.
I've been like I've performed in dozens of venues all over LA. Um,
How did you get to
th-
be so cool, Tyus?
my parents signed me up.
Parents made me.
But the reason we started me and because it wasn't just me, my brother and my cousins, we all did taiko together because fun fact, one of my uncles is like a super famous musician in Okinawa,
Hmm.
and he actually had a performance here in Torrance like many years ago. And when we went to watch him before he sang his pieces, um, there was a taiko performance, and like we were just so blown away by it that we decided to sign up because
Oh,
the studio's
that's
in
so
Gardena,
cool.
and the classes were super cheap. It was just $5 a month.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, and like I love doing taiko, and I wish I had kept up with it, but the practices didn't work out with my work schedule,
Mm.
and I just couldn't keep doing it. But like
Well,
after I stopped doing it, I know that the group has even gone on to perform at like the at a Clippers show halftime, like a
oh
Clippers
shit,
halftime show,
really?
and they've performed at Dodger Stadium for like some Asian American, uh, some Japanese American thing, which
That's so
was I thought was
cool.
so sick.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool. Well, I mean, now you can. I mean, you can still get a little bit of that high when you kick my ass and Taiko. Oh my god. But yeah, definitely, I agree with you on your picks for like for rhythm game peripherals. That those are probably like the best application of having an external like peripheral for a game and keeping you connected with it. You want to
Yeah,
know?
and
Oh, yeah.
go on. No, you go on.
Oh, I was gonna move on to the next one, but if you have another final point for,
For rhythm games specifically, these are just two innovations,
Mhm.
and it's two roguelike games actually that are rhythm based.
Oh, I think I know one of
Um,
them possibly.
Crypt of the
Yep,
Necrodancer,
that was the one I was thinking of.
and there's this one that I picked up on Steam, like I think like a few days ago, like just like maybe like 4 or 5 days ago,
Oh shit,
called
really?
BPM Bullets Per Minute. It's a first-person shooter rhythm game,
What?
roguelike. It's a first-person shooter roguelike rhythm game.
What? That sounds fucking trippy.
Yeah, you have to shoot to the beat, you have to reload to the beat, the enemies attack on beat. It's really, really cool.
I want to wait. What's this? What's it called? I'm writing this down.
BPM Bullets Per Minute.
All right. Holy shit! I want to check that out.
Yeah, and those because I've got my my innovation separated by like genre of games, so that's it for me
Ah.
for rhythm games.
All right. I wanted to talk about because we talked about like really good hands-on, like physical, like you feel makes you feel connected to the game. I want to talk about an attempt that was made to transport you into the game world in a way, almost as if you were interacting with the game world itself, but through a camera. I'm talking about fucking Xbox Connect and how I bought into it and I really believed what they were selling, and how my expectations were dashed out of the sky like real quick. I
Yeah,
swear, dude,
have you
E3,
played
like,
Pinata?
oh my god, dude, don't even like the E3 leading up to like the Kinect's release, like they were like, okay, because everybody else was like already knew how bad it was, but I was like, because I mean I must have been coming out of like eighth grade or something, and when I saw like the Kinect, I was like, this is real. Like, oh my god, like it's 1 to 1. Whatever I do, the person in the game does. And they had like a demo where like they're like talking to like some weird kid that lives inside the Xbox, and they're like
What the
passing
fuck?
notes to each other. Have you ever seen that demo? There's like a really weird demo with like this like AI kid, and like this like girl is like passing him notes through like the camera lens, and he like takes it and reads it, and then he like starts like speaking in code, and they have to like really hurriedly like cut the stream. It's really weird.
I'm sure that I have, because that sounds vaguely familiar, but I cannot tell you with confidence that I have.
Like, because I think it eventually that project became Connectables, and they got rid of the kid altogether because they realized it'd be really weird to have a game that's like you just play with a child,
Uh-huh.
which reasonably so. But yeah, I did the games I got with my Connect when I first got it were like I think it was Connect Adventures. There's like a driving game and Connectimals, and I played like each of them probably like a total of like with all of them combined like 2 hours. Like not even fucking kidding. Like in the back of my head, I probably turned off the Connect one day and was like, I'll come back to using this at some point. And I never did. And I never sold it either because you only get like $12 at GameStop for it. Um, to say like the motion tracking was like never accurate, and like you would spaz out like all the time. There's this classic clip of them showing. Have you ever? I think it's like there's an Xbox avatar on the screen, and the guy's like, "You ever wonder what the bottom of an avatar shoe looks like?" Well, bam, there it is, and like he lifts up his leg, and the avatar on screen like spazzes out and like doesn't show the bottom of his foot. It's literally like the whole Connect was literally that. And I that was probably my first time as a kid where I'm like, oh, advertisements can just lie to you. They can just straight up fucking lie to you. Because yeah, the driving game was literally like oh my god, like you have to hold your arms out in front of you, and you know like you make the motions like you're driving. You have to be standing for it, and like you have to steer like with your arms, and it's never fucking accurate. Or like Mario Kart Wii, you have the Wiimote, something physical. in your hand that like you grab and you don't have to fucking stand up and it knows what you're doing. This thing will like lose tracking on your hand, or you'll start like turning the wrong way and shit. It was a nightmare. And
Sounds beautiful.
Connectimals was just fucking boring. I had a pet dog. I don't know why I bought Connectimals.
You see, like Connectables seemed like something that I wanted because I didn't have and I still don't have a pet.
Yeah, see, I could maybe see the appeal of Connectimals to anybody who didn't like have a pet. But like for me, I was just like I'm making weird grasping motions in the air in front of me. And it's translating to this tiger. Thinking about these grasping motions if the game was still a child that you interact with is very uncomfortable.
I see.
Yeah. So Connect, just I think they've found new applications for it in things that aren't video games, which is great. They tried to bring it back again with the Xbox One, and thankfully it looks like Kinect is pretty much gone. I think it's pretty much completely gone at this point, which is good. We don't need that. I think we don't need Kinect anymore. I was really sold on it being the future, though, legitimately.
I mean, I feel like that's how everybody who saw the Wii felt, and
Oh
especially
yeah.
like when you first played the Wii, like freaking like Wii Sports.
Oh my god,
The
yeah.
first time, like that's like a
Blew my
magical
mind.
experience.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
god.
like you could see that was the
Wii
case
Sports still blows
because
my mind. I fucking love Wii Sports.
like after that, every single company was doing motion control shit.
Yeah,
Like PlayStation with their PlayStation Move, which is like clearly like two Wii remotes.
the PlayStation Move I think is the most atrocious one, just
Or
for
it's
that
literally just,
reason.
hey, it's a Wii remote, but it's not a Wii remote.
It's got a glowy ball on the end. That makes us more appealing to a mature audience. I think. What the fuck? I only had the Move controllers because I got a PSVR at one point in time, and then I sold that. But like, the controllers were like the ball in the end. I didn't know that it was like squishy. Like it's a really like squishy like little ball. I don't get it. I don't know what they were fucking thinking. We could talk about the Wii. I mean, the whole motion control like gimmick generation that the Wii spawned essentially. Like
Yeah,
motion
I mean,
controls.
I feel like Nintendo has always been the one to innovate for better or for worse.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Because I feel like so many other companies try to play it safe. And I mean, you could even see that with like the design of controls.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo has almost never kept the same control layout.
I
Like,
honestly
ever.
think they had it down with N64 and they shouldn't have changed.
How are you supposed to hold it though?
The three prongs are fucking amazing. I love it so much.
But, like, and you look at like PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1 control looks identical to the PlayStation 2 controller, except for the fact that they decided, oh hey, let's add analog sticks.
Yeah, PlayStation, I feel like they hit the ball like or hit the ground rolling, as it were. Like their controller design just solid, just basic solid.
Yeah,
Can't really
it just
complain.
feels good. And
Complain.
then you have Xbox, and their control shape has pretty much never changed, aside from I think the
The
Xbox one is different.
Duke. The Duke, Tyus.
The Duke, I don't know what that means.
The first Xbox controller is called the Duke, and it's because it was like fucking massive. Like
Oh,
the,
dude, I've never owned an Xbox console.
I've never owned one either. I learned through videos to refer to it as the Duke. Leave it at that.
I see,
But yeah,
but
360 was a good controller, at least from what my memory.
yeah, and I guess I don't think you can really count PC as having its own controller, but
The keyboard is my favorite video game controller.
the keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and mouse designed specifically for Call of Duty. Okay. But
God,
yeah.
I love the memes of people posting pictures of really old mice from like the 90s with a little rubber ball at the
Yeah.
bottom and saying like, I can't believe we had to hard boil an egg every
Yeah.
time we wanted to use a computer.
Oh my, yeah, that old like Apple, the old fucking Apple mouse. I used to just like, fuck, oh god, I feel embarrassed to even share this fucking thing. I used to like take that shit out and I'd like suck on that shit.
What the fuck?
I was the kid that they put choking warnings on like boxes for, because I would just take that shit out. I'm like, I'm like, ooh, candy. I had like one of those like same thing with like those mice that have like the big balls that you roll around. I would always like pluck those out and like suck on them and then like put them back on.
Dude, what the fuck?
I don't do that shit anymore. I'm like 23 years old, but I was a child going on like DeviantArt. That's what I did.
I thought you were just gonna say some shit like you used to fucking like take the ball out and play with the ball instead of the computer. No, you just used to take the shit out and suck on it.
No, I suck on it. I put it. I put it in my mouth and I spit it out really quick. And I'm like, I'm Kirby. I eject my power.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh my god, dude. I'm being honest. shit looked like candy to me, and it did not taste like it. They were smart to put that coating on the Switch cartridges. I'd be dead. New gaming gimmick. Yeah, edible gaming peripherals.
Edible gaming peripherals.
We were going somewhere with this before I got lost about eating mouse balls. The Nintendo controller design.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Wii, for all its ups and downs, was really smart.
Yeah.
I found a lot of games on the Wii a lot of fun. As controversially mentioned, I was a big fan of Skyward Sword.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone listening to this who's not on the Skyward Sword fan base, you know who you are. All right, we got your IP address. Don't add us. I'm kidding. We don't. Please.
But even aside from that, like using the Wii remote just to play a bunch of different games. Like I remember specifically for Monster Hunter Tri.
Mm-hmm.
There in every Monster Hunter game, there's this thing called Monster Notes, where it'll give you information about the monster, so you can like kind of read up before you fight it.
Oh yeah.
And in most games, you have to buy it. Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii, though, had this really cool feature where you would point at the screen, at the Wii motion sensor with your Wii remote, and you would press like A and B on the monster when your cursor was over it, and it would like scan the monster, and you would get the notes that way.
Oh, that's cool.
Which to me, I thought was a really cool innovation.
Yeah, I think, dude, that's honestly like I think the thing that always surprised me about the Wii was the little ways that they improved like Nintendo games. Like specifically what I'm thinking about is the Metroid Prime trilogy. Like to me, the Wii is the definitive like way to play those games.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I can't like I've tried because I had Prime on GameCube for a while, and like there's nothing really wrong with like the way it plays on GameCube, but like when I played on the Wii, like I've like that was fucking like immersion. Like it was really really good.
Oh, like Star Citizen.
I'm gonna throw myself out a window. I'm gonna go board go to planet Zebus and piss my pants. Oh god, dude. Yeah, like Star Citizen. I'm fucking dead.
I'm sorry, man. I just like messing with you.
I gotta wait in line to pay my fucking space taxes in this wonderful fucking game. Yay.
But yeah, I haven't played him on the Wii, but from everything that I've read, a lot of people really like the motion control implementation in that game.
Oh yeah. It's just like it's like when you play with like keyboard and mouse on like for FPS games. It makes it more accurate, and like the movement of Samus's like beam gun, it's just like 1-to-1. It's incredible. I literally just cannot play it any other way. Also, another game that I think really benefited from it was Pikmin. I don't know if you've
Really?
yeah, have you played any of the Pikmin games or
I have not, honestly.
yeah, I really it's this is now mind you this may come up later. This is not my favorite way to play Pikmin, but I do really love I think it's better. The GameCube is my least favorite way to play Pikmin. But the Wii is like my
Huh.
second favorite because of just the with GameCube you had to just kind of like really finesse the joystick to kind of like aim where you're looking and like or like you use the C stick to kind of like try and plan it out. It's a little finicky, but like with the Wii, it's so like easy. You just point where you want to throw the Pikmin. It's so like intuitive. You do it without even thinking. Um, yeah, I feel like the Wii just found like ways that like I didn't think a game needed like fixing control wise, but like the Wii was like, oh look, you could this makes this a little easier now, and I'm like, oh, that's a neat little treat. Thank you, Wii. Thanks.
Yeah, and I mean, like, um, I think one game that can't go understated about how much I love the innovation for it is Mario Kart Wii.
I okay. This may
as,
be
as
where we differ.
as somebody who always tilted when he turned in video games, or like when I'm playing like a fighting game, like I'll like move along
Fair
with
enough.
like my
Yeah.
character when I'm like getting hit or hitting somebody. Mario Kart Wii to me was perfect.
All right, man. I respect that. I could not do the motion. I mean, like I did the motion controls, and like it made me like not like the game as much because I felt like. Well, also it's probably because like I literally like I kick my. This is my. I think I brought this up before, but because like I have like leg shakes. I have like a twitch here with my leg that I was always like moving without me paying attention, and this happens with like gyro controls too. But like just without thinking, like I just will be like jittery, and I'm like, oh shit, like I can't control this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of an issue with me there, and then I just realized, oh, I can use my GameCube controller. You
No,
Nintendo.
don't get me wrong. I prefer the GameCube controller,
Mm.
but like the experience of playing Mario Kart Wii for the first time and actually kind of like turning
Oh
the Wii
yeah,
remote to turn and
I,
whatnot.
I think it was well implemented. I think it was like a really like good like option to have for sure.
Popping a wheelie.
Popping a wheelie, you gotta like pull it towards you, right? Remembering
You gotta
like
like flick the controller up.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I'm like remembering like Mario Kart like Wii Online back in the day. Like so many fucking hackers. It was great though. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
As you should.
A fun fact, I got Mario Kart Wii because I bet on a horse and it won.
What?
I was like 12 maybe 13, yeah, and I bet on a horse with my dad at the track, and the horse won and I got money, and I went to Target and I bought Mario Kart Wii.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, gambling really pays. Got a gambling theme with today's fucking podcast. Wii. I'm trying to think in terms of like anything else with like the Wii, and because like I feel like the thing people had issues with were really when like Wii games were just kind of like you would shake the controller to do something that you could otherwise do with just a button press. And
Hmm.
like I definitely like agree with that sentiment, and I could see like where that just kind of like makes a game just kind of like it's not optimal. It's not the optimal way to play it. And like I remember because like the Wii Motion Plus was really kind of what gave the Wii to me, at least like it's true like what it like was selling on, like that like one to one like feeling. It came more into fruition when you got the Wii Motion Plus. And I remember specifically like spending so many hours playing like Wii music and really thinking I was like a good musician. I thought somehow the controller knew by the way I was holding it that like I was like talented or like knew how to play this fucking game.
I will say, um, what is it? I this is because I agree with the sentiment that I feel a lot of it of the motion controls in with the Wii and the Wii era were just simply put in because hey, let's just make it motion control just cause.
Yeah.
But I feel that it was very helpful for people who could have trouble like remembering where buttons are, having trouble with,
Oh yeah,
sort
that
of
was
that
by
hand-eye
design for
coordination.
sure. Yeah.
So like I know that it was like marketed as a gaming system that anyone could use, and like it was like you could have like
Hmm.
your grandfather play Wii bowling because he knew how to swing his arm back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, people give the Wii shit, be like, "Oh, it's the baby console that generation," but like, legitimately, like that console did much more for gaming, like in like the whole field of gaming, than the fucking PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 did. I mean, all they did was just move up like like resolution, graphic shit, but like the Wii was really where like Nintendo was like testing the waters and being like, "What can you do?" Like with this like platform, like let's start branching out, and then they did the Wii U, and we're all like, okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna briefly, just because I feel like I don't have enough to say about the Wii U to give it its own segment. But the Wii U is actually my preferred way to play Pikmin.
I actually figured that that's what you're gonna say when you said that the Wii was your second favorite way and your GameCube was the least favorite way.
Yeah, just because like it's so much easier on the like second screen to actually just like tap where I want stuff to go, or like it felt more intuitive because I didn't even have to like look or like aim anything. I just like was looking at the TV screen and I just felt around like tapping on the tablet and it knew where I wanted to go. I was like, great. This is perfect. 1-to-1. I can like micromanage and plan shit like so much easier. And then also just like having access to the map and everything. Like Pikmin 3 to me, like I have not picked up the version for the Switch. And I think it's primarily because like it to me that is just it's a Wii U game. I really can't think of a better way to play that game than like having like the live map always available on the bottom screen while like I'm having like these Pikmin go do something over here, breaking off and doing things over here. And like it was so easy all just to manage, like having the gamepad as a tool. Gamepad was not perfect though.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
And I can't really say anything about the or the Wii U because I never owned one.
I'm looking at my Wii U right now and just give it a little pat. I'm like, I know you tried, buddy. I was there. I bought all the things. I believed.
You tried, but the Switch did it better.
Yeah, Switch is now my fucking like my favorite video game console. Like
Same, honestly.
it genuinely is, man. Like it does like it's pretty much like I feel like everything that Nintendo's been doing has been leading to the Switch pretty much.
Yeah, I mean they've always had like the strongest handheld market.
Mhm.
Uh and they just decided like, hey, what if we made the handheld our console so that way we can shit on all over Sony and Microsoft.
It but the Vita can do that. So you could stream PS4 games from the Vita to you can but you can on the Vita.
I
Sorry
will
if you
say,
guys like the Vita. I'm not trying to shit on the Vita.
I will say, there have been a few very distinct moments where I have considered getting a Vita specifically for that function.
The only thing I can think of is the only reason why I want a fucking Vita, but I don't even need it anymore, was because of Persona 4 Golden.
Because I remember the first time was because of the Persona 5, because of the PS4 stream function onto the Vita.
Mm.
Um, when Persona 5 came out, I remember one time my friends and I we went to a Korean spa,
Oh,
which, as I've explained to you before, absolutely lovely experience, and I would recommend it to anyone.
I gotta try
But
it.
my friend actually, because like after we had done like a few like we had sat in the like the bath and we sat in a few of the hot rooms. We were just chilling because they have like a lounge area.
Oh yeah.
We were just chilling in the lounge area, and I remember I had brought like a book and I had my 3DS like just in case I wanted to play something.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I think I had my Switch at the time, not my 3DS. But
Oh, okay.
my friend pulls out his Vita and he starts playing Persona 5 there. And this is like
Oh
the
my
week that
god.
Persona 5 came out. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, you can play you can stream your PS4 games onto your Vita. And I was like, holy shit.
What are you doing? You're breaking the rules. You can't.
I
What?
was like, how the fuck? What the fuck?
I mean, honestly, Persona would be the one game that like streaming would like work. You don't need to worry about the latency at all, really.
The other game is Final Fantasy 14.
Wait, you can play Final Fantasy? Is it by streaming or like?
Yeah, by
Yeah. Oh
streaming.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't. Most people wouldn't recommend doing like dungeons or like primal fights or like extreme content.
What?
But I saw a friend of mine crafting and gathering
Oh my god, dude,
using
no. On
using
that
his Vita. And
small
I was like,
screen, how do you even like read the fucking like? Oh god.
damn, that's actually kind of fucking cool.
Oh my god. I mean, honestly, that would kind of start tipping me towards like, oh yeah, Vita, okay. It's a contender.
No,
Anyway,
at least Switch version.
oh my god, Persona 5, come to the Switch. Just play Persona Scramble, and like every time it's not like the action parts, it literally just is playing Persona 5 on the Switch. Make believe. I All right, what's the next on your list?
So next on my list, I have two things under the fighting game category. The first one is from Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior.
Ooh.
Because the combo mechanic and the cancel mechanic of that is like present in pretty much every modern day fighting game nowadays. Those were glitches originally.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
I don't think I knew that.
they didn't plan on having it so that you could connect, like cancel the animation of a normal move into a special move. It was like it was like a oversight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But then it got such a positive response that they just decided, hey, let's just make this the feature.
Holy shit. I can't even imagine. Like, was it just supposed to be like, okay, I hit, you hit, and just like constant chippings, like with no combo breaks? Like, was that just
It
what
was essentially
fighting games were gonna
gonna
be?
just be like you had your special moves that you could do in certain situations, like like if they jump you anti-air with a Shoryuken.
Right.
You could throw fireballs to play like a mid to full screen game.
Hmm.
And like you had your normal moves, and like you could combo like a jumping attack into like a grounded attack, and that was supposed to be like the full, like, I guess, scale of it.
Yeah.
But they added that there was just a mistake where with some normal moves, if you did a special move input, it would cancel the normal move into it.
Oh my god.
And it was just universally loved, and it just became a mechanic in like pretty much like every modern day fighting game nowadays.
I fucking love that. I had no idea that that's how that originated
Yeah, it originated from a glitch.
and became a fucking like staple fighting like game mechanic. Holy shit.
Yeah. And like that's something I got to give like massive props to because I love fighting games.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And then the other thing for me, and obviously like this led to the inspiration for like action game like animation canceling.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, uh, and like Devil May Cry might not be what it is today if not for like Street Fighter 2.
I didn't even think about this. I That's actually just kind of funny to think about. I gotta thank Street Fighter 2 for my fucking Devil May Cry.
And another game for me is Super Smash Brothers, and the idea of a platform fighter.
Yeah, so I guess they kind of did they invent that? Was
They
that
invented the platform fighter.
I don't know why like because I mean there's like the only other ones I could think of now are obviously like what came out after like PlayStation All Stars or the Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, I think. That's the name
Yeah,
of it.
there's also like games that have been inspired by it, like Brawlhalla,
Oh yeah, all the like indie games that have
Rivals
been
of
coming out.
Aether.
Yeah.
One that I've been enjoying a shitload recently is what's it called?
I know.
Rushdown Revolt.
Yeah, yeah.
And all those games were inspired by, Super Smash Brothers because it just fucking worked.
Yeah, another instance of Nintendo making like a bold like looking at the fighting game and being like, okay, well, let's not do it like everybody else. And like, fuck yeah. It's now one of the biggest franchises all time.
Yeah, yeah, and that for me is just like uh with Smash Brothers being my introduction to competitive gaming, I could not leave it out.
Yeah, no. I feel like because I don't know if I ever explained it. It's like I used to play Smash Bros. The first one I had was the first one on N64. And like
Uh-huh.
as a kid, to me, like that was like because I didn't really have like people to play with, and like I don't think N64 Smash Bros. I mean, there's a competitive scene to it, I'm sure, but like I feel like not really a lot of people took it that seriously. So
Oh, dude, there's a huge competitive scene for it, like even to this day.
for my next trick, I'm going to eat my words. Um,
It's funny because you know what country has some of the strongest players in the world?
what?
Peru.
Of course it's Peru.
I found that out recently because there was like a big Smash 64 tournament and like I was watching it because like it was before the Melee tournament and they were saying like, oh yeah, like Peru is some of the strongest competitors and we've flown out some of their like their top players like here today and I was like, the fuck, like Peru, like we're not good at anything.
I was like, do you not remember that about like your homeland? Like,
Well, I mean, I grew up here.
I know.
but I was so surprised to see that Peru was like actually like one of the top places in the world for Smash 64. Like apparently some North American players had even traveled from North America to Peru just to practice Smash 64 there.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? Wild.
Why is Peru obsessed with Smash 64?
Beats the hell out of me, man. And Japan is also very strong. Right now, like I think like one of the best players in the world is or like most of the top 10 if I'm not mistaken is from North America, but yeah, there's a big scene for it still in Japan, Peru. Like I think it's like not just Peru, but like a lot of South America, but Peru specifically had at the time like the two or three strongest players in the world.
Oh Christ! I gotta eat my words. I don't know what the fuck. All I was gonna say is that like basically I just plug in all my controllers and then I'm like, it's like I'm playing with action figures digitally and I'm like, look, I'm Mario and now
Yeah, no,
I'm
that, that
Luigi.
that's what was so cool about it, and that actually introduced me to characters that at the time I had no idea who they were.
Oh yeah,
Because I
same.
had never played a Zelda game before, so I didn't know who Link was. Because I didn't own a NES or like the first console I owned was a PlayStation, and then I got a GameCube.
Mm.
Um, so I didn't know who Link was. Like obviously I know like Pikachu and Mario and Donkey Kong,
Hmm.
but I didn't know who Link was. I didn't know who Samus was, and like I learned about all those characters, and I was like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I think there's a video on my channel that explains this, but like, I fucking couldn't get out of Kokiri Forest for like the first 10 years of my life or whatever, and like, so I always played Zelda almost like how you play Animal Crossing, and then I remember playing because at that point, like, I had a N64 and a GameCube, and I had Melee, and in the adventure mode. There's like a Zelda section where like you're going through like a little dungeon area with like the temple music playing and there's a bunch of redeads. And I remember that just gave me even more fucking questions about like what Zelda was cuz again to me Zelda was like it's a life simulator and you live in this little forest town and everybody just says the same thing every single day and you can buy a shield. It's like, and then like I play Melee and I'm like, "Oh, look, the why is he like he looks like I mean the young version's here, but who's like the normal one?" It's like just so many fucking questions were in my head about this. I think that actually might have been what sprouted that seedling of me being like, maybe I need to look into Ocarina of Time and figure out what the fuck is going on here. I feel like it's because of Melee now that I'm thinking about this now. It was literally like seeing that shit and being like, what? Like, what is. Okay, I clearly missed something. Something in this, something in subtle in the text must have gone over my head. Subtle and big fucking air quotes. But yeah, I totally agree though. Smash Bros is like one of the biggest like innovators for like I mean genre defining. Literally like creates its own like fighting game structure.
Yeah, like so that was it for me with fighting games because I feel like there are some other innovations, but they're not like anywhere near as monumental or like game changing.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, um, yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything else that the only thing like I can think of at least externally are always like fighting pads. Those things are fucking awesome.
Oh, you mean like arcade sticks and whatnot?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, those things are so cool. Custom ones and
Uh,
everything.
yeah, definitely. I am a very big fan. As somebody who owns a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Well, I don't own a lot. I own two, but I
That's
might be
more
getting
that's two
another
more than
one.
I own. So,
Like there's this one type of arcade stick which actually doesn't feature a stick at all. It's called a Hitbox, and it has four buttons for left, down, right, and up.
oh, whoa. Heck.
And it's becoming the new like meta for fighting game players. Like a bunch of Japanese players have stopped using fighting sticks altogether
Oh
because
god.
it's just
More precise?
it's not so much that it's more precise, it's that you get faster inputs because
You don't
you
have to
don't
like
have to
actually
go through
drag
the
it
neutral
over.
state. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fucking heavy.
So and like I've seen some stuff with them and I'm like I kind of want to buy a hitbox.
Tyus, you should do it. You should
It's a bit of an investment though.
you should do it. You've been good. You've earned it. Uh,
But yeah, that's about it for me when it comes to fighting games.
hmm. Next on my list, um Amiibos. So technically the toys to life genre, the good side is Amiibos because I'm fucking addicted, as a lot of you may know if you've seen my fucking shelf full of them. I back in the early days of Amiibo, I really tried to get every single one of them, and then I kind of realized that that task is like nearly impossible. Not entirely, just really difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because especially like when Amiibo first came out, I was on a trip in New York, and I was trying to hit up like the Nintendo New York store, but even they like didn't have like every one of them, and it was always like really complicated. And like you have to read on like Reddit where like some sightings of like some like good ones were. I got lucky finding like a Wario at one point. Now I think it's a little bit easier now, but back in the day, I was just like trying to scour everything I could. And the thing with like the Toys of Life genre, like the good and the bad, I feel like the good really does come to kind of how it was handled in like Smash Bros, where it's not something that's necessary. You can have like a little training partner and it represents the figure, and I think that's fun. And it's not something that like I feel like you're like missing out on the entry price of the game itself. But then when you get into stuff like from what I've seen of Skylanders, like that's where it kind of bothers me, where it's like, oh, you just straight up like lock characters behind these figures,
Hmm.
and I just like I can't justify like all the money that goes into getting all these figures for like I mean I guess the idea is you get the figures you want and that way like I but like at the same time like there's that part of me that's like well I don't want to feel like I'm missing characters from my game. So maybe a little bit in that pay to win idea but a little bit not. I mean some
Yeah.
amiibo do have like functionality that like do lock content from the game. I'm thinking I guess more towards like the Splatoon amiibos because they mainly had like I guess it was more cosmetic to be fair. It's not like they were like better gear than anything else and like they were locked behind it. It's not like pay to win. But definitely I remember having to buy the Octoling three set because I just wanted the witch outfit.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, for me, I never was really too into collecting Amiibo, probably because I just didn't have a Wii U.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense.
I've gotten quite a few Amiibo recently. Not recently, but I've gotten quite a few of them. And I've even, purchased or pre-ordered some of them.
Ooh, pre-ordered. See, now
Uh,
now you know that you're getting the addiction bug.
the one that I've only pre-ordered one pair of Amiibos, and it's the Almond Celica Amiibos that came with the special edition of Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia.
Oh shit, yeah, yeah.
And like it's kind of pay to win, not entirely, because uh you can scan your amiibos into your game, and they will summon like a spectral version of that Fire Emblem character
Mm-hmm.
uh to help you for a few turns.
That's
And
so
then
cool.
for Fire Emblem Three Houses, if you scan any of the Fire Emblem amiibos, you'll get special items.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's like I think one of the most common amiibo uses was that like I mean I think the one I used it most for in that case where it gives you items was Hyrule Warriors back on the Wii U. I don't know if it still does that or not. I don't think it does.
I know that on Hyrule Warriors, at least for the Switch version, you can scan amiibos, and if they're not Zelda amiibos, you'll just get some generic items. But if you scan specifically Zelda amiibos, you'll get like special equipment and whatnot.
Yeah, because I remember I think it's the Link amiibo does it, but you get the spinner from Twilight Princess.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's the Link amiibo that did that. I don't know. I always I do always like appreciate when like some of the Nintendo games just came with amiibo. Like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. You know, everyone's favorite.
You
Ugh.
know that I have the Isabelle amiibo from that game.
I bought the game. I have the Isabelle and the Digby in the game.
I'm
Let's do a
sorry.
stream where we both like pass out from just boredom playing that game. That'd be fun. The survival island game is fun though, if anything, but you have to have like a lot like amiibo cards to really like enjoy that to its fullest.
Uh-huh.
And don't even get
Yeah,
me
I don't
amiibo
know.
cards are
Like,
not the same. I do not like amiibo cards.
for me, just the whole Toys to Life, the amiibo thing, for me was just, it seemed so unnecessary.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Granted, like the amiibos that I do have, uh, I've only paid for like two or three of them, but I appreciate the ones that my friends have gotten me for various reasons. Like, one of my friends gave me a Pikachu amiibo. Another friend gave me some of the Fire Emblem Smash amiibos because I play those characters in Smash. Uh, One of my friends got me a Japanese Monster Hunter Stories amiibo actually.
Oh damn.
When she
Okay.
went to Japan, it was like right when Monster Hunter Stories came out, and she got me an amiibo of my favorite monster because one of the characters in the game rides the Barioth, and they made an amiibo of her, so I have a Barioth amiibo.
Oh damn, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and it works like overseas, so I was able to have a Barioth early
Oh yeah, that's
in the Monster
also
Hunter Stories.
that was one of the better things about the early amiibo hunting days was that there's no region locking on them. So a lot of the times the American scalpers would jack up the prices on like specifically American ones, but the Japanese prices were lower, which was
Hmm.
like which kind of like didn't really make sense, but you know, it's like I don't care where the amiibo is coming from. I just want my like the one that I like needed back in the day. Like I was just looking everywhere, and eventually I think I ended up giving in and buying it at Anime Expo for like $60. Was a Ness amiibo. I just wanted like any Earthbound like official Earthbound merchandise, basically.
I see.
Yeah, it's stuff like that because like I have the Ness and Lucas amiibo, and like they actually like look really good side by side because they have like their respective stances complement each other. Some other ones that like some highlights of my Amiibo collection. I got like the Silver Mario Amiibo. I think they
Oh
did like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
yeah, they did like a gold one originally, and I remember trying to get that and I couldn't. But when they announced the silver one, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this one. This one
Isn't
I'm
the
not
gold one
gonna
like
miss.
stupid expensive right now?
Yeah, the gold one is way more expensive. The silver one, I think they printed way more of because they kind of expected. But yeah, the gold one was the one that like actually is worth a lot. I think I'm trying to
Oh
think.
man, I remember when that truck of Splatoon amiibos
Oh,
got stolen in
oh my
Europe.
god, yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's the fucking amiibo heist. Oh god, dude. I love that. I don't love it, but I love it. The I think I'm trying to think of like the most expensive amiibos I have are probably I have the Callie Marie and the Pearl and Marina amiibos, and those tend to. I think the price on Callie Marie is probably more. I think the Pearl and Marina ones kind of came back in like circulation, and then
Uh-huh.
also the Yarn Poochie because I think that one was locked on Yoshi's Woolly World for 3DS, which is how I played that game, so it worked out.
Dude, I gotta say, those are probably some of my favorite amiibos.
Yeah, the Yarn ones, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the woolly Yoshi ones. Like when I saw those, I was like, I don't even have a Wii U. I don't have any use for this because I obviously the Switch wasn't a thing at the time. But I was
yeah.
like, but I fucking want it.
Yeah, dude, I was kicking myself for like, because I wanted to buy like all of them. I only got the blue one. I got the blue Yarn Yoshi and a and the Yarn Poochie, but like I wanted like the big yarn one, and I wanted like green and pink, just to feel that completionist need. But like the aesthetic of Yoshi's Woolly World like works so well for them, like for the amiibo. I'm so glad that they like actually did that and made them actual like little plushies, little yarn plushies. I'm trying to the last thing that I can think of that are like probably my some of my favorite amiibo are probably the Mario Odyssey wedding set amiibo is pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
I just like having them on their like wedding outfits. It's nice. And then also there's I think it was for Zelda's anniversary. They have like the young Link from Majora's Mask and he's holding the Goron mask.
Oh
I really
yes,
enjoy
dude.
that.
Again, I don't collect amiibos. I've never really wanted to, but that is like those like 30 is it 35th or no, not
Yeah, no,
35th,
no, no,
right?
25th.
The
25th or
yeah,
I
the
think
25th
30th.
anniversary ones. Uh I wanted them so bad.
Yeah, man. Like I just fucking because I love Majora's Mask and like to see that like they actually like fucking like he's holding the fucking Goron mask. I'm picking up the amiibo now, and on the back it's the shield from Majora's Mask too. And I'm like great, a Majora's Mask amiibo. I fucking need this now. Oh my god, yeah. And I'm trying to think because I the Link amiibo I have are I don't like because I don't have all the ones from that set. I have like the classic, the Smash Bros. Link one, the Majora's Mask Link, the Toon Link from that anniversary set, and then I
Uh-huh.
have Link's Awakening, the like the toy Link. Like I love
Yeah.
that one a lot too. And then they have a version of Link from that 25th anniversary, or it might have been 30th anniversary. I think it was 30th, the 30th anniversary set where it's the NES sprite but like all
Yeah, yeah,
blocky.
as a voxel.
Yeah, yeah, I got that one, which is also really good. And I think the last one is technically it's a Link. It's like the Wolf Link with Midna
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I had to get that Twilight Princess HD remaster, baby.
Oh, I do have one special amiibo which I believe you do not have. I have the big Detective Pikachu amiibo.
You do. I do remember seeing that when I went over to your house. That amiibo is so cool, dude.
Yeah, my brother got it for me for my birthday because Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon.
They had no business making that amiibo as big as they did, but it's so cool for that.
Dude,
Like
I'm looking at it right now. That thing's fucking giant.
it's chunky. I love that fucking amiibo so much. That's so cool.
I love that he's just screaming.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so cool though. Yeah, I love Amiibo. The one I want, like, the only Amiibo I can think of right now that like I really like need and I want to get my grubby little paws on. The Joker Amiibo. I want that so fucking badly.
Oh,
And
good luck. I'm sure that thing costs like
dude,
$1,000.
it's fucking $60 for one right now on like Amazon, which pisses me off so badly. And then I want the Banjo
Honestly, it's
Kazooie
better than
one.
what
That
it
one's
costs.
probably gonna be bad too.
Because I know, like, if you want the Advent Children Cloud one, that one is right now selling for like $100 on Amazon.
Oh my god. I fucking kick myself every day for not buying that. I think I can't remember if it was classic Final Fantasy VII or if it was Advent Children outfit, but they had it at the Target that's by your house. They had it there. And I saw it, and it was during a phase of my life where I was really more into Pokemon cards, and I didn't fucking get it.
Oh, you fucked up, man.
I really fucked up, and like I'm kicking myself every day now. I've been playing through Final Fantasy VII right now, and like I really desperately want like that fucking amiibo.
Wait, the
So
remake, or are
bad.
you playing through the original one?
No, the original. I still want to play through the original before doing a remake.
Yeah, that's I think I told you that's exactly what I did before remake came out. I played through the entirety of the original Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, so far I've been loving it. Like I'm surprised at just the amount of storytelling that they can do with like I don't know why like I think the moment where it really got its I guess spoiler alert for Final Fantasy VII right here. The moment where like it really got like its grip on me and I was like really invested was when the is it the Sector 5 like plate fell?
Sector 7.
Sector 7, yeah, when Sector 7 gets like destroyed by like the plate.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! Like stakes, everything. Like it could go dark. Like I was just
Also,
so
how
impressed.
far are you in it right now?
Right now I am. I think I'm in the Shinra building. I'm on like I'm going through the like floor 61 right now. I think
Oh,
that's where I
okay, so you're
saved.
still on disc one.
Yeah. I'm only on disc one.
Oh man, dude. Like Final Fantasy VII is a game that still holds up to this day.
Yeah, I see it. I legitimately was not expecting to get as like gripped as I am right now, and like it. I still like feel the urge to like I want to play.
And speaking of Final Fantasy VII,
Yes. Take it away.
um, in terms of gaming innovations, Final Fantasy VII was the first Final Fantasy to have limit breaks.
Oh yeah. What a and what a fucking great mechanic that is.
Yeah, the idea of having like a super move or something, because like there was something similar in Final Fantasy VI with the trance system,
Mhm.
where if Terra was like low on HP, she could go into the special trance. But like the whole limit break system that was added in 7 was just like seeing
Rewards you for staying
these
alive.
yeah, just seeing these like fucking like batshit crazy moves compared to like like a normal sword slash or whatever is just like
So satisfying.
yeah, and uh I mean Final Fantasy does this with every new game. They always have new mechanics and whatnot, but
Mhm.
the materia system in 7 is just
It's
it,
really easy to follow.
it's really easy but also very like complicated in the
Yeah,
best
I haven't
possible
gotten
way,
there yet.
because each materia affects one of your stats by a percentage.
Mhm.
And so you end up being able to get some crazy fucking numbers if you do
I
it right.
remember you explaining to me at Curry House like the way that you can literally just fucking break the game.
Oh yeah, you can like actually crash the game later in the game by using quadcast with the Knights of the Round summon.
Yeah, I was like I knew it was Knights of the Round, but I couldn't remember like yeah.
Yeah, if you quadcast Knights of the Round, the game just crashes. It's great.
Oh my fucking god, that's so funny though. I think the thing that just blows my mind with Final Fantasy VII playing through it right now is just because like I don't know, maybe it's just me. I really like the low poly aesthetic, but like the translation from like, like the chunky boys that are on the overworld and then to go into battle, like the battle like player models like look so good. Like
Yeah, and
I'm
can you
astonished
imagine
by the
back in the day in
animation and
like
everything.
1999?
Dude, revolutionary, like literally like fucking bleeding edge.
Yeah, like but yeah, that was actually going to be my thing for one of the innovations for RPGs. The other is just the entirety of the Dragon Quest series because I fucking love Dragon Quest and I think it's still criminally underrated.
Oh my
uh,
god.
cause
Is it just in the West that it, I guess, hasn't taken off as much, even with like
yeah,
11?
yeah, it like I'm not joking when I say that Dragon Quest is like one of the biggest franchises in all of Japan.
Yeah, I knew that.
To the point where they literally changed the day that Dragon Quest games would be released on
That's right, because
because
it interferes
people
with
would
work.
cut people would cut work, they would cut school, they would do all sorts of things if a Dragon Quest game came out, and they would always come out in the middle of the week, like on a Tuesday. And it was just such a like an epidemic that they changed it to Dragon Quest games release on Fridays.
Dude, I gotta play because I've already talked to you about this, and like I gotta play a Dragon Quest game. I keep like contemplating just getting 11 because I figure it may not be like that bad just to jump in on like the most recent one. I'm like,
Uh, I actually haven't played 11, and I do want to.
mhm.
The only thing is, I'm waiting for it to go on sale on the Switch because I really want to play it on the Switch.
Yeah,
But
you can do the demo and then just transfer it over whenever it's done being on sale.
that's true. But yeah, Dragon Quest is, well, one, you don't have to play any of the previous games to play a Dragon Quest game. It's like the Final Fantasy series.
Always a
But
plus.
literally, like every single thing that modern day RPGs have is entirely inspired by Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
Silent
yeah.
protagonist, Dragon Quest. The idea of having multiple party members, Dragon Quest. Different jobs, Dragon Quest. Like all that shit came from Dragon Quest.
It just for the sake of like, because I feel like all of us as gamers as a whole to really appreciate how far we've come. It's like I feel like I want to experience like that to like know where it comes from, to know the roots of like like medium that I love so much. I want to play a Dragon Quest game. I just got to figure out the right one.
Like, you know what's even crazy? Like, Dragon Quest also, in a way, inspired Pokemon.
Really?
Because in Dragon Quest V, they added a system where you could, sometimes when you would beat monsters, they would want to join your party. And you could recruit
Oh.
monsters as party members.
Okay. So the Pokemon Company needs to go to court, is what I'm hearing. Another like fucking innovation and like way to like lay the groundwork for something much bigger than like what it is.
Dragon Quest V also had a time progression system where you start the game off as a child, and based on choices you make as a child and as a young adult, because you play through the game as three different time periods of the protagonist as a child, as a young adult, and as like a fully grown man with a
Mhm.
wife and kid. And based on choices you make, you will have a different spouse and different stats for your kid and everything.
That's so cool. What the fuck? Ah,
And like this was back on a fucking SNES.
dude,
This was before a PlayStation even existed.
I I'm just fucking like blown away. It's moments like that where I hear like those like kinds of systems were on like a game on like the Super Nintendo that make me just like realize like holy shit, like there were games like so ahead of their time. So fucking ahead of their time, like just prolific in like what they introduce.
Yeah, it's like I I mean, I can go on and on about how much I love Dragon Quest because like even before Pokemon there was Dragon Quest Monsters where you fucking tamed Dragon Quest
Jesus
monsters.
Christ. Literally just
Um,
Pokemon.
yeah, so like if like at any point in like Japanese media you see like something that's like, oh haha, that's like an RPG, there's like a 99% chance that it's a Dragon Quest reference.
Hmm. Damn. I mean, I, yeah, I like I'm gushing over a series like I've never played, and like it literally just kicks me more and more being like, why have I not played Dragon Quest? I remember I think the only time Dragon Quest ever really like I noticed like people playing it like around me was the DS games. Game plural or
Yeah.
maybe just one game? I'm not sure.
Okay, so on the DS, there's Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, which is 100% one of my favorite like monster collecting RPGs of all time.
Okay.
Uh, they also ported Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 to the DS.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
Dragon Quest 9 was made exclusively for the DS.
I'm thinking of because were the other ones like still top down? I'm thinking of the one that had like it was in 3D. And I think there was
The
some
ones that were in
customization too.
3D, that's probably Dragon Quest 9, and that is a game that I am wholly jealous that I didn't get to play in its prime, because
Oh,
instead of having like pre-made party members, you had a customizable character and you could play with other people and you could see them like in your world when you connected with other people
what? On the DS?
on the DS. And like if
That's
somebody got
fucking
into a battle,
crazy.
you would see like the little battle happening on the overworld and you could join the battle and help out your friend.
What? That's fucking crazy. That's so cool. What the fuck? I want like well, I mean, it literally kind of just sounds like an MMO, but like I want like an RPG that has like a feature like that. You can see like other people in the overworld.
Yeah, like I like I said, I could go on and on about Dragon Quest. Arguably, my favorite Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest IV: Chapters of the Chosen. Um, like, no joke, that game has one of my favorite mechanics. Where so the way it works is like there's like I think there's 6 or 7. I think there's 7 chapters, and
Mhm.
in each one of the chapters before chapter 7, you play as different groups of the party. So there's like the first chapter or like the prologue, you play as like the main protagonist, and it's just like childhood and backstory. The second part you play as this knight. The third part you play as this princess and her 2 retainers. The fourth part you play as this pair of as these twins who are trying to solve their father's murder.
Oh, deep.
Um, but my favorite is the fifth chapter, where you play as Torneko Taloon, who's this like he's like this kind of like fat dude,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't want to be an adventurer. He wants to be a shop owner.
Oh.
And at the start of his chapter, he's
Oh
working
yeah,
at
you
the
love
weapon
your
shop.
shopkeeper.
At the start of at the start of his chapter, he's working at a weapon shop, and you save up your gold and stuff to eventually get your own equipment, so you could go into a dungeon to get like some legendary stuff,
Oh, that's
and
fucking
then
rad.
you eventually save up your own enough money to open up your own weapon shop in a different town, and like
That's so
you
cool.
move your wife and your kid into like this big kingdom, and you have like a weapon shop in this big kingdom. And I was just like, I think that's where my love of like shopkeeper characters came from, because I was just like, dude, this guy doesn't want to be like the fucking hero. He just wants to have a good life for his wife and kid.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and like you start off his chapter by just standing behind the counter and like actually dealing with customers, being like, "Oh, I want to sell this weapon," like, and you're just like, "Oh, I can give you this much gold for it." He's like, "Oh, I want to buy this weapon." He's just like, "Oh, here you go."
Actual actual innovative gameplay.
I
Dialogue trees.
I fucking love Dragon Quest IV, and like I went back and replayed it recently because I found a used copy of it on the DS.
Mhm.
Gotta say, um, I missed a lot of the innovations that they added with the future games.
Really?
So like Dragon Quest IV, like still from like as like a whole kind of design, I do love it. But future games, like I think it started primarily with Dragon Quest VI. They added this place where you could have your character go like undergo a specific um like job path,
Hmm.
and as you went down this job path, you would get like different skills, and your stats would be adjusted differently. You could have different equipment and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then if you mastered like two job paths, you could get special jobs.
Oh, did the combinations matter, or was it just like
Yeah,
just
the
the
combinations mattered.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, and there was like a bunch of like different ones. I just again, I can go on and on about how much I love the Dragon Quest series, but yeah, that's my take on RPGs, I guess. Final Fantasy having limit breaks, because Dragon Quest doesn't have anything like that.
Hmm.
Dragon Quest is much simpler, with the numbers even being like rarely in the hundreds. Most of the numbers for Dragon Quest, in terms of like damage dealt or whatever, are in the tens.
Gee, oh, okay. I mean,
It's
that
a very
seems
simple RPG because it's
yeah,
meant
it
to be
seems more
for all
manageable.
ages.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Um,
I'll throw in one for RPGs, but this one I guess is more so on like the things that kind of like bug me, or like a gimmick from like
Go for it.
RPG
Go
that more
for it.
bugs me. And like the thing is like I think there are games that do it better, but for me it's just like the monotonous fetch quests. I just fetch quests kill me, man. I don't know what it is. Like I think more so it's when like there isn't enough like either a like a narrative like depth as to like why I'm doing it, or like I think it, and that mainly just comes down to like grindy side quests. I don't think there's very many top-down RPGs that have this issue. I think it does come down more to games like it's one of the things that bothers me in like Skyrim, or like I guess more like Bethesda RPGs,
Hmm.
because it's there's a lot of them that are just very like okay, yeah, like go get this, bring here, and like I get like the games are deep and like full of all these things, but like so many of them just feel very like samey in that way.
Yeah, I feel that.
But there there's ways to make them good and incorporate like actual plot around them, and and like because I would say the common pattern for like at least in Bethesda RPGs and stuff, it's usually it's like obviously you're getting a quest, you're gonna go a place, you're gonna fight, and then you go back to either a place or you go to a new place to drop off something. And I feel like it's always like that's kind of like the rinse and repeat of it all. But like I do think at least with like I don't know, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, which is not helpful. But I do think that like we're starting to find new ways to like make fetch quests less like monotonous, which is a positive on that
Yeah,
note.
I feel like um one game that kind of does it well, I feel, is Breath of the Wild, actually.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
And I think that's the sandbox that lends to that.
you see, like, I would say that it is the sandbox, but like Skyrim in essence is also like a sandbox game.
Hmm.
But
I
like you
can see
said,
that, yeah.
the quests in Skyrim just feel kind of less creative and less motivated,
Yeah.
because a lot of them have like the same basic structure.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it could even be like literally the same quest, it's just being given to you by a different NPC.
Yeah, that's literally like what I mean.
But then like I feel like with Breath of the Wild they did it really well, where each character's quest feels different to another. Even if it's like a similar concept or even asking for the same item.
Yeah.
Like just the dialogue around it or the attitude and mannerisms of a character make it so much more memorable.
That is so fucking true. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like little everybody who played like when Breath of the Wild first came out, it was very much like bringing me back to the days of like talking to kids at school and being like, "Oh, you had this happen? Like I did this." And, like finding out like, "Oh, there was like shit I didn't do that these people did." Or like so much to learn about the world, and like the amount of like weird like funny characters that you can just come across. Like I remember doing like the what's it called? There's like the one of my favorite side quests is the one that's like that one pond that's in the shape of a heart. And like
Uh-huh.
you play like matchmaker. Like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
shit like that's like so cute, and like it's not like an RPG where like you get experience points for doing it. You just do it cuz like you want to. It's
Dude,
fun.
speaking of that, one of my favorite side quests is the temple, or is that what they're called?
Like the
Where you got the
shrines?
spirit orb? Yeah, one of the I forgot. Like it's been so long since I played Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild.
Oh
But one
yeah.
of the shrines where there's flowers all over it,
Dude,
and there's
those
that lady outside who will just fucking murder you if you step on the flowers.
Yes. Oh my god. Like Breath of the Wild is gonna like it's a monumental game, and I think it really does signal like an evolution of like I think that's like the ultimate like at least in terms of open world games and maybe even like because it's got its tendrils on like other games too and like other genres. And like I think it's
Yeah,
really like this turning point to more modern games and how we're actually starting to like make what was like old like new again and like making it fresh.
yeah, absolutely. And you have anything else to talk about? Because I feel like I went on quite a bit with RPG stuff.
I honestly like I feel comfortable wrapping it with like Breath of the Wild because to me Breath of the Wild kind of encompasses like the innovative like game. Like it really like tackles like approaching things that have been like established, questioning like how can we like see this from a new angle. And not only that, but having the confidence to know that the people playing will like be able to fulfill that to its like fullest potential.
Mhm.
And like that's the thing that blows me away about that game and like it like I'm gonna like this is me just gushing about Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is like one of my favorite games of all time, and it may even be like I always question just because like I love Majora's Mask for like storytelling reasons and like every all the themes of that game are like so deep on like an artistic level, but in terms of pure game design, Breath of the Wild has gotta be my favorite. Just in the sense and like the way it made me feel like I really am like exploring this world and kind of like in a real way like I feel like it is just a sneak peek into like where gaming is heading and I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
I think something that really adds on to how special Breath of the Wild was. Um, at least I don't know about because did you get Breath of the Wild like around the time that it came out?
Yeah, I think like a month like late just because of the supply shortage and then I got lucky when I saw it at Best Buy one time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I feel like one of the special things about Breath of the Wild is that we played it at a time when it was new
Yeah.
and like it wasn't fully explored by anyone yet.
Yeah.
Like, cause like stuff in like let's say Majora's Mask can easily be spoiled nowadays because
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
game's been around for 21 years at this point.
Yeah, and like it's been dissected to like death and back and like
Yeah, but like Breath of the Wild in that like first month when it came out, like nobody knew what was going on, and you could like open up Twitter and just see like people doing stuff that you would have never even thought was possible, like or just like, oh, did anyone find this? It's just like, no, what the fuck? Like, where'd you find that at? It's just like, oh, it's like over here. It's just like, oh, but have you seen this? It's just like, no, I didn't even know that that was a thing. Like there's just something that's like so,
that sense of pure wonder and adventure.
yeah, that real beautiful moment where it's like nothing, not everything has been discovered yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really sounds like the ending of our fucking Zelda podcast, but like I really Breath of the Wild 2, man. Like if it can recapture that feeling, if I can just get another hit of that like that dopamine, like let's fucking go.
They got some big ass shoes to fill. I'm just gonna say that much.
Oh yeah. The some big fucking shoes to fill.
I know we've been going on for a long ass time, but just a few more things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
These are just specifically for platformers.
Mhm.
Um, one, the introduction of like double jumps, wall jumps, and like air dashes,
Oh my god, for
like
sure.
specifically from like the Mega Man series. Like,
Yeah.
uh, it just it adds so much player expression that to
Yeah.
me I just think is like damn, who would have ever thought that the ability to jump on the air would have like added so much.
No, honestly, yeah, I
And then Mega Man taking the boss's powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's some mind-blowing shit from fucking when did Mega Man come out? 1980s, I think.
And then Kirby stole his fucking thunder.
Yeah, so from 1987 for them to think about that, like that I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, just like every fucking Mario power-up that exists.
Yeah, Mario basically invented the 3D platformer and has perfected it basically. Also, just like pretty much pretty much. I like I'm trying to think of like one 3D Mario game that's not good. People are going to say Sunshine. I disagree.
I love
Wholeheartedly
Sunshine,
disagree. I
man.
love Mario Sunshine so fucking much, dude.
Yeah, and
Fight me.
do you have anything else you want to add for any sort of innovations?
Hmm. No, I think I'm satisfied with that.
No? Alright. Well, with that, uh that is it for this episode of the Untitled Gaming Podcast Project. I hope you enjoyed us rambling on about innovation in games, good or bad. Uh
Me sucking
and
on mice balls. That almost sounds way worse than what it is. God damn it.
somebody please take that out of context, by the
No,
way.
fuck.
But I hope you had a wonderful time listening to us. Thank you so much for those of you who listened all the way to the end. And we'll see you next week. And also, Monster Hunter Rise comes out in quite literally a week from the recording of this podcast. So
No podcast next
be
week.
prepared. Be prepared for a bunch of Monster Hunter talk.
Yeah, no, like actually, that's gonna happen. Strap in, everybody.
But I've been Tyus.
I've been TJ.
And this is the Untitled Gaming Podcast Project. Thank you so much for listening and have a good night.